All right, so you ready for our first show, Chris?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's get started. Hello and welcome to Rather Exquisite. This is an online podcast where we discuss the latest movie news. I'm one of your hosts, Ed, and with me is...
Okay, it's Christopher here. What's up, everybody?
And let's start our first show.
Brightest day, blackest night.
Alright, so our first topic is the Green Lantern trailer. Many people have mixed reviews about it. Some people say it's kind of, not exciting enough. People are very skeptical about it. I must say it has very good filmmakers behind it. So I'm going to pass over to Chris. What's your view on the Green Lantern trailer, Chris?
Well, one of the things about it is that, when I was reading up on some stuff, the thing is, I still feel that at first, I didn't think Ryan Reynolds should have played him. It should have been the guy that played Nathan on Serenity, or Firefly, whatever the name of that show was, because he kind of had that persona of it, basically. I mean, he did a good job voicing him in the actual cartoon movie, and I felt Ryan Reynolds should have stick with the Deadpool character because they could have had something there. But overall, I'm one of those type of people that, the thing is, I got to still see it first, because a trailer pretty much doesn't reveal everything.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is a good startup piece, kind of like, basically, like, it's like a slingshot. Hopefully it starts off really good, because in the way he actually is portraying, from the previews, he was kind of like that little, how can they put it, like, naive. He got that naive personality and all this stuff, and he was a person that kind of like, despite he was really energetic and crazy, he still, brings a persona where he didn't believe in himself. Because me being a fan of the comics, who knows, Ryan Reynolds could probably pull it off, because he could play in a serious movie or a bad movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm very unfamiliar with the Green Lantern comics and stuff like that, and I watched a couple of, I think it was cartoons with Batman where he appeared. Did he have his own cartoon? Green Lantern?
Well, not really. He just basically he just had like a lot of cameo pieces with the Bold and the Brave, and he showed up in a lot of the Justice League episodes, but he actually, as far as I'm concerned, I've been living, he never had his own cartoon, but his comic book is actually one of the most popular because his stories in the comic book kind of pulls everything together because he's the protector of the universe.
I looked at all the talent behind the camera, and I think it was the director of Casino Royale was behind it, and he directed two of my best Bond movies, which is GoldenEye and Casino Royale, of course. Martin Campbell, that's his name, yeah, Martin Campbell. And then I saw the trailer, and of course there was a huge buzz about the CG. Apparently the whole everyone's costume and all these creatures and stuff, they'll be in motion track CG. They said the CG is going to be so good you can't really tell what's CG and what's real. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, that is goddamn 50% CG. I mean, like, the CG just sticks out like a sore thumb. And so and the trailer was underwhelming itself at first, you see. But then someone told me that there was a Green Lantern cartoon movie called Green Lantern First Flight, and it was really good. And so I watched it, and when I saw it, that was definitely one of the best DC cartoons I've ever seen. And when I saw that, I just became a huge fan of Green Lantern. And when I watched the trailer again, I saw all those characters I saw in the cartoons come to life in the trailer, and I was overwhelmed. That's when it worked for me. After I kind of understood Green Lantern and all the characters and this, that, just from that cartoon, that's when the trailer and the movie and, Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, it all just made sense to me, and now I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, because see, the thing is, the Green Lantern series, that's one of the best things in DC. That's kind of what keeps me there. They keep screwing up the Batman story, but that's a whole other story for another time. And I think that, to me, Ryan Reynolds could probably pull off, because when you think about it, he can be serious at the same time, but still crack a joke.
I'm very psyched about this Green Lantern movie. So our next topic is the eagerly anticipated Super 8, the new J.J. Abrams movie. You've done some research on it, Chris. What have you found out for us?
Well, pretty much what I found out, he's pretty much going to do the same thing he did with Cloverfield, how, he's not going to reveal anything until the movie comes out. I was listening to the movie preview critic, and he made a good point. He was like, who knows, can this story be like the show Fringe? Come to find out, in the show Fringe, one of the big secrets they was hiding the government was that they was getting these kids that had these type of mutant powers. Well, the thing is, through the whole entire second season, they was going through just killing people because they was really, like, pissed at how, you know, people was treating them and stuff. And what it is, most of them had escaped, and it was revealed that one of the main characters, she had, like, an ability to see another side. Well, he was saying that maybe, you know, this is a mutant that's supposed to be getting out, but the only thing, from what I heard he revealed, is, you know, it's going to be shot in that type of Super 8 type of film, to where it looks as if, like, the movie was made in the 80s, basically. And he said it's a good mixture of, like, the old classic sci-fi films that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas brought out in the 80s and all that other stuff. Because I heard the storyline is supposed to take place, I think, in the 70s or probably 80s or something like that. And they're gonna, when you watch the film, you're gonna think you're watching an old 80s film, but actually it's a new original story. But what it is, he's keeping tight lip on it. It's coming out sometime. I think it's coming out, in a few months, actually, to be honest, because he's really not revealing anything. So I'm excited about it, because every time I watch that trailer, I think it's really awesome how the thing looks.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very psyched about Super 8 as well, actually, myself.
I had the craziest dream last night about a girl who was turned into a swan, but her prince falls for the wrong girl, and she kills herself.
Our next topic is Darren Aronofsky's new movie, Black Swan. We've both seen it. It's very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, Chris?
Well, you know, the thing is that, to me, it was pretty much a classic old story, and that what it is, Darren Aronofsky, I mean, you know, he's pretty much a good writer and director, and, like, that movie actually was, like, you know, when you think about it, it's kind of like a cool original story of an Alfred Hitchcock type of tale, in a way, because, you know, it's about battling the inner self, because, I mean, it reminded me of an old film that came out in the 70s that I saw when I was little. And by the way, I wasn't born in the 70s, so I'm not that old, but what I'm trying to say is I saw it was the 70s. It's a movie called Don't Go in the Basement, and, you know, it's really similar to that, basically. But overall, I still say he did a really good job with that, and that even makes me more and more of a fan of Darren Aronofsky. I just wish the guy had the money where he can make his stuff go nationwide, because, you know, I like those independent directors, because I still think that they deserve more to work more than anybody.
I watch a lot of independent movies, and you know, because that's where you see a lot of originality, or you see a lot of inspiration, but used in a correct manner. I watched Black Swan as well, and what the movie did was basically you go mad, just like the main character in the movie. The movie makes you go mad. You know, halfway through the movie, the plot kind of becomes more predictable, but you're still with it. You know, you're not there for the plot anymore. That's why I feel. You're not there for the plot. You're just here for Nina. You're here for the main character to see, you know, what happens to her, to see what she does. And it's a very great character piece, and Dan Aronofsky did a good job. Our next topic is the Superman reboot. What do you think of this, Chris?
Well, it's my personal opinion. The thing is that, number one, the thing is, they had all the elements there for the last one, but it was too much of a chick flick, and now they want to go the dark route. Like, the thing is, like, you know, one of the things about Superman's story, most of them are really not that dark, because the thing is, Superman is a strong guy, basically, and it's pretty much him holding his powers back and all of that stuff, because I remember there was one issue where he revealed his true strength, and he actually pushed it on Earth, which was really kind of funny as I know, because I'm like, first of all, if he pushes the Earth, it'll break under pressure, which actually had happened, because he was so mad at attack, like, I wonder what Brainiac did something to him when he pushed the Earth, it cracked, basically, because he was like, you know, you can't do that, it's basically, it'll break under this pressure, but anyway, basically, about the question is that, number one, I mean, I guess it's a good idea they're rebooting it, because the thing is, I didn't really like anything. The only thing I liked about that last film was that, number one, the cinematography was nice, but I still, you know, I felt that the dude that plays Superman, he was really good, but just like I said before, it felt like a chick flick.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem with Superman Returns is it was a huge step backwards. You see what I mean? Because if you notice, the Superman movies, they were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And obviously, they weren't really getting much better. I mean, after number 2, which I think is the best, the Richard Donner cut, I think is the best. After that, I mean, yeah, the stories and characters and stuff, they were becoming more of marketing tools, and, you know, the movies weren't that good, but they were getting more epic and epic. And to me, it would only make sense if Brainiac was in Superman Returns. You know, it would just be epic. That's what that Superman series looked like it was leading up to. It was leading up to a huge epic fight. And when you see Superman Returns, I mean, it's not even as epic as the first one. That's how Superman Returns felt. Plus, I think this should be the one and only Superman movie. I don't think they should blow up into a series. I think if I'm going to go to a new Superman movie, it should be where Superman dies. It should be lighthearted, but then again, it should be able to go dark. Zack Snyder, I kind of like the idea of him directing it, to be honest, because Superman was basically, it just seemed like as if it's natural for him to do something like Superman, because Superman should be very stylized and, you know, the slow motion stuff, especially Legend of the Gahoo, the owl movie that he did. He really knows how to work the whole flying mechanics in movies and stuff, and I think that's what Superman needs. You know, you need to have some breathtaking flying sequences, you need to have breathtaking action sequences, and Zack Snyder can deliver that. I really hope Brainiac in the reboot. I really want to see what Christopher Nolan can do with Brainiac. Alright, so Chris, you've seen Tron Legacy. I haven't.
Yes, sir.
I've been hearing some great things about it from a couple of my mates who actually went to see it, but it hasn't really been getting the best of reviews on the internet. Well, what do you think about it?
Well, it's just like this. Just like I told people, to me, it's like a roller coaster ride. And my thing is like this, compared to the old one, this one is way better. It's pretty much like this. One of the things I noticed that movies are doing right now, they're kind of like rewriting history. It's like a sequel and a remake to where it's rewriting history, because that's, I guess when you put sequel and remake together, that's what you're doing. You're rewriting everything, but it's still a sequel to the previous story. And my thing is, it pretty much up the ante on all the stuff. And, you know, it makes the movie really interesting, because I still say I enjoyed the mess out of it. I mean, I admit it dragged for 15 minutes in the middle. I thought it was fun because Jeff Bridges, you know, he replaces his character from the old one, and he's kind of like a better version of Obi-Wan. That's the best way to put it. But the thing is, I mean, I understand everybody's complaint, and I can't speak for everybody else, because the thing is, you know, people kept saying that, well, since you're in this type of CG world, you know, you could do more with it. And I was like, yes, I understand that basically, but to me, what was given to you was actually cool, because it showed you how things updated. And basically, you know, you got to understand something. When you leave a world like that with all the gadgets and stuff, anything can happen, basically. I mean, it's a world pretty much almost you can do anything. And to me, it was really fun. And supposedly, the movie had a lot of plot holes that was left open, but I think they purposely did that, because in the last one was a lot of plot holes basically left open, basically, because I mean, the thing is, though, I don't want to spoil. I mean, for you, I know you haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I thought it was a really fun movie. And the thing is, I was saying to myself, you know, what if Pixar actually made this film? I mean, here it is. Toy Story 3 was really dramatic. I wonder if they would have had control of this whole entire thing, how this would have actually been, because originally the movie was supposed to be completely like 3D, actually, like CG, like Toy Story. That would have been really interesting if they did it that way.
I actually really want to go see it now.